Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the end of week number 2. We are a few hours away for wrapping up week 2, Media and Society in a Digital World. This is Brian Hetson, your instructor, just here to do a quick recap of the week, point out some things that I've seen from last week, and get you all ready for the next portion of the course that's coming up in starting with week 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so real quick, if you didn't take a look at it, if you had trouble viewing it, you can go back and look at week 1, and this is where I put the week 1 instructor recap video. Okay, so if you were looking to hear my voice and see what I had to say about week 1, you can go ahead and check it out there. I'm going to put this video in the same spot for week number 2. Okay, once this is all done. Some things I noticed from last week, from week 1. Folks, let's make sure that we get our discussion board scheduled down. Okay, let's make sure we're getting our first posts up by Friday at the latest. Okay, and that we're getting 2 other posts up by Sunday. We're not doing everything all on the same day. Okay, and if you take a look in the week 2 discussion board, those directions are always going to be clearly pointed out right here at the bottom. Okay, so you can see, make your initial post by Friday, get 2 others up by Sunday, make sure you have a total of 3. Don't do everything all on the same day. Okay, I hate taking points off for this stuff, so let's get a calendar on our phone. It's going to be like that all the way until May when we wrap up things. Okay, anyway, that's just some housekeeping issues. To go back and talk a little bit about what you folks did for week 2. Week 2, we jump right into talking about, using social media, digital technology, all the things that we enjoy every day. Okay. Hopefully you got a lot out of the learning material. Okay. There were 2 chapters that we looked at that I feel really covered what we needed to go over. Talked about how digital media, how the internet, how our social norms to use our phone and things like that are replacing traditional media, okay, where that's all going. So hopefully you got a lot out of the reading. I do look forward to reading over your discussion board posts and things of that nature. The quiz, I felt, it wasn't a tough quiz, just stuff to recap for you to go over. If you have questions about that, let me know. But this takes us from chapter 1 that really gives us a broad overview. Chapter 2 or week 2 gives us that narrow vision of where we are right now, like February 6, 2022. Okay, moving forward, okay, after we are all done with week 2, we're going to go and we're going to do sort of like a history lesson about where other forms of social media came from. And that starts with week 3, where we will talk, you'll go into it, and, the history and evolution of media outlets, where we talk about radio and newspapers, okay? Some things that you may or may not have known about radio newspapers, because these are 2 dying or dead forms of media that used to have a really big impact on society, and they've been greatly displaced by the internet, by digital technology. But it's important to see where we came from. So like I said earlier, week 3 and week 4, we're definitely going to take a look at where we're going as far as, or where we've been as far as the evolution of media. Okay. Week 4 goes in and talks about the history of motion pictures, film, movies, okay? And it also talks about television, okay? Which, again, these are things, movies and TV are still around, but they're not as robust and they're not having the impact they once had. Movies, perhaps because of streaming, but broadcast television as it's traditionally been known to be, ABC, NBC, the networks, the big 3 or the big 4, as you will look at, their influence is changing drastically. Okay, it's definitely waning. And then the last part of the evolution of media wraps up in week 5. Okay, in week 5, we cover what I think is really important. It's kind of where it all began. You know, I'll have to take a look at this, but really like where things all began with, you know, print and understanding books and you know, going all the way back to talking about the printing press, because that form of social media lasted for centuries. You know, it's only over the last 125 years or so that we've taken such a drastic leap in the technology that we use. Okay, so the next 3 weeks, starting with week 3, going into week 4, ending with week 5, we're going to talk about the history and evolution of media. Okay, and I'm going to open those 3 chapters up for everybody, or 3 weeks for everybody to take a look at if you're looking to get a jump on things. Otherwise, that's what we've got going on. I'll have week 2 graded probably by Wednesday at the absolute latest. If you are running into problems, you know, if time management's a thing, please let me know. I'm here to help folks out. Hope you're enjoying the course as we enter into, you know, week 3 of, you know, of the course. We're getting well into February, folks. So if you're struggling, let me know. If you're not, I hope you're enjoying it. And I hope that you continue to enjoy it. Thank you.